There is one pain every human quietly carries. The pain of not being valued. You give your time, your love, your sincerity, but still, someone acts like you mean nothing. If you're going through this, then listen carefully, because this message will change how you see yourself forever. The truth is harsh, but powerful. People don't value you because they think you will always stay. But the moment you choose yourself, the moment you stop begging for attention, everything changes. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who loved deeply, cared sincerely, and supported everyone around him. Whenever someone needed help, he was the first to show up. Whenever someone cried, his shoulder was ready. Whenever someone fell, he was the one lifting them. But when he needed someone, silence, excuses, distance. One day, he asked a question we all ask at some point. Why does no one value me? And life replied with a lesson that changed him forever. Because you keep giving people the power to undervalue you. People don't value consistent kindness. They value boundaries, self-respect, and detachment. You teach people how to treat you, not by what you give them, but by what you allow. If you tolerate disrespect, you'll get more of it. If you chase people, they will run faster. If you settle for less, they will give you even less. But the moment you choose yourself, everything shifts. The same man slowly started changing his life. He stopped explaining himself. He stopped waiting for replies. He stopped overgiving to those who never appreciated. And suddenly, people who once ignored him started noticing him. People who took him for granted started missing him. People who never cared started respecting him. Why? Because when you pull back, people see your value clearly. When you stop begging for attention, people suddenly want your presence. When you respect yourself, the world has no choice but to respect you. So if someone doesn't value you right now, it's not your fault. It's not your weakness. It's not your failure. It simply means one thing. You are giving too much to the wrong people. And the moment you stop, your life will change. Let me tell you a simple truth. People don't lose you. They lose the version of you that cared too much. Most people don't even realize what they had until it's gone. You see, when you give someone your loyalty, your time, your emotional energy, they get used to it. They start believing you will always be there. They stop noticing your efforts. They stop appreciating your kindness. They stop respecting your presence. Not because you're unworthy, but because they assume you won't leave. And that assumption kills the value of your presence. Psychology is simple. What is always available is taken for granted. If you're always the one who reaches out, they won't value your messages. If you're always the one who fixes things, they won't value your peace. If you're always the one who understands, they won't value your pain. People don't value consistency until they taste the silence of someone who was once there. People don't value your effort until they feel the emptiness left behind when you stop trying. People don't value your love until you stop giving it freely. And this hurts. It breaks you in quiet ways. It makes you question your worth. Your heart is genuine. Your intentions are pure. Your love is real. The problem is not you. The problem is your kindness being poured into the wrong hands. Some people were never meant to understand your depth. Some were never meant to hold your heart gently. Some were never meant to walk the full journey with you. They came into your life to teach you a lesson not to stay forever. And the lesson is this: never give unlimited access to someone who gives you limited respect. There comes a day when you stop explaining. You stop trying. You stop chasing. You withdraw your energy. You reclaim your peace. You protect your heart. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. That quiet distance hits harder than anger, because when you go silent, people finally start hearing what your words never could. They feel the loss. They feel the absence. They feel the reality of what they took for granted. You don't have to punish anyone. Your absence will do the work. People who ignored you start remembering you. People who dismissed you start missing you. People who took advantage of you start realizing your worth. Not because you changed, but because you removed yourself from a place where you weren't valued. Distance opens eyes. Silence awakens conscience. Space reveals truths. Your departure will teach them more than your presence ever did. If they don't appreciate you, walk away. If they don't respect you, walk away. If they only come to you when they need something, walk away. Not because you don't care, but because you finally care enough about yourself. You deserve a love that matches your heart. You deserve respect that matches your loyalty. You deserve energy that matches your effort. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It's survival. Sometimes the most painful truth in life is this: you can love someone deeply and still not be valued. And no matter how much you give, how much you try, how much you sacrifice, it will never be enough for someone who doesn't truly see you. Let me tell you something powerful. Love is not blind. People are. People blind themselves to your worth when they believe you will tolerate anything. They blind themselves to your efforts when they assume you'll always try harder. They blind themselves to your feelings when they think you will never leave. But one day, a single moment changes everything. There comes a day when your heart becomes tired. Not angry, not bitter, just tired. Tired of explaining, tired of proving, tired of trying, tired of carrying all the weight alone. That moment is powerful, because when the heart gets tired, the mind becomes clear. You start seeing people exactly as they are, not who you hope they would be. You start recognizing patterns, not promises. You start choosing peace, not emotional chaos. And that clarity is the beginning of your strength. When you stop chasing people, your value rises. When you stop forcing conversations, your worth increases. When you stop begging for attention, your dignity returns. People feel your shift. They feel that you are no longer dependent on their presence, that you are no longer emotionally available for their convenience. And suddenly, the same people who ignored you begin to notice you. The same people who didn't reply start reaching out. The same people who overlooked your love begin to fear losing it, not because they care deeply, but because your absence reminds them what your presence was worth. Here is a bitter truth most people learn late. People value what they can lose, not what they have. As long as you are trying, they will not see you. As long as you wait for them, they will not respect you. As long as you forgive everything, they will not change. Your silence is more powerful than your words. Your distance teaches more than your loyalty. Your withdrawal shows them what they failed to protect. Value is not proven by how much you give, but by how they behave when you stop giving. Listen carefully. You are not difficult. You are just deep. You care too genuinely. You love too sincerely. You give too completely. And not everyone knows how to handle a heart like that. Some people want attention, not connection. Some want comfort, not commitment. Some want access, not effort. Your love is not the problem. Their emotional immaturity. You deserve someone who chooses you intentionally, not someone who treats you as an option. Walking away is not weakness. It is the moment you stop abandoning yourself for someone who abandoned you emotionally. It's the moment you say, I matter too. My feelings matter. My peace matters. My heart matters. And when you walk away from what doesn't value you, you open the door to what will, because life always rewards you when you choose self-respect over self-sacrifice. So, remember this: you cannot change people who don't see their own mistakes. You cannot heal people who hurt you and call it love. And you cannot grow in places where your worth is questioned every day. But you can walk away, not for revenge, not out of anger, but out of self-love. And that decision will become the moment your real transformation begins. There is a kind of pain that doesn't shout, it whispers. A pain that doesn't break you loudly. It slowly drains you day by day. It's the pain of giving someone your time, your attention, your loyalty, and receiving almost nothing in return. You don't notice it at first. You tell yourself, it's okay. They're busy. It's okay. They'll change. It's okay. Things will get better. But they don't. And deep inside, you start shrinking. You start doubting your worth. You start questioning your value. You start thinking maybe you expect too much. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. You're not expecting too much. You're just giving to the wrong person. Some people become blind to the things they get for free. Your kindness becomes normal to them. Your effort becomes routine. Your care becomes automatic. They forget that these things were once rare, that your presence was once a blessing, that your attention was once a privilege, and the more you give, the less they see. That's why one day, you reach a point where your heart whispers, stop. Not because you stopped caring, but because you stopped breaking. Let me tell you something powerful. Your energy is currency. Where you spend it matters. Some people drain you. Some people inspire you. Some people distract you. Some people elevate you. But the dangerous ones are those who take your energy, your love, your presence, and give you emotional emptiness in return. Those people are the reason you feel tired even after doing nothing. They are the reason your mind feels heavy, even in silence. They are the reason your heart feels lonely, even when you're not alone. You must protect your energy the same way you protect your home. You do not allow just anyone to enter. Here's the irony. People realize your worth only after you stop giving. When you stop showing up, they begin to miss you. When you stop texting, they start checking. When you stop caring, they feel the emptiness. And suddenly, everything you did that went unnoticed starts to matter. But by then, you've changed. You've grown. You've healed. And you're no longer the person who begged for basic respect. You're the one who understands something deeper now. Silence is a language. Distance is a message. And walking away is power. Stop trying to fix what's not breaking for them. You need to understand this. You cannot fix someone who doesn't think they are wrong. You cannot make someone appreciate you when they think you'll always be there. You cannot teach someone how to love when their heart isn't ready. And you cannot save a relationship that you're trying to protect alone. Love is teamwork. Respect is mutual. Effort is shared. Value is shown, not asked for. The moment you feel like you are the only one trying, you're no longer in love, you're in survival mode. People think choosing yourself is selfish, but the truth is, choosing yourself is how you save yourself. When you choose peace over drama, you grow. When you choose dignity over begging, you evolve. When you choose self-respect over attachment, you transform. And when you walk away from what doesn't value you, you create space for what truly will. You attract better because you became better. You receive better because you expect better. You experience better because you refuse to stay where your soul was dying. There comes a time when your heart finally understands something your mind knew all along, that people who don't value you were never meant to stay forever. In this final part, I want you to look back at everything you survived. The loneliness, the silence, the unanswered messages, the broken trust, the moments when you questioned your worth, and the days when you felt invisible to the people you cared for the most. But here you are, stronger, calmer, and wiser than ever. You didn't break, you grew. And that growth is the reason everything is about to change. Listen carefully. The people who didn't value you were only chapters. They were never your whole story. You outgrew the places where your worth was ignored. You outgrew the people who only loved you when it was convenient. You outgrew the conversations where you had to shrink yourself just to be accepted. And now, life is guiding you towards something better. A better circle, a better energy, a better future. Because when God removes people from your life, He is not punishing you, He is protecting you. The love you gave will return to you in a better form. The loyalty you offered will come back stronger. The respect you shared will be honored by someone who truly sees your worth. You are not difficult to love. You are just rare, and rare things are never appreciated by ordinary people. So today, breathe deeply and let this truth settle in your heart. You didn't lose anyone. They lost someone who would have given them everything. Your story doesn't end here. This is the beginning of a stronger, clearer, braver version of you. Walk into your future with quiet confidence, because the next chapter of your life will not require you to beg for love, to chase validation, or to explain your worth. The right people will value you from the start, and they will never make you question your place in their lives. Remember this, forever. Real hearts don't leave, and those who left were never real. For more powerful life lessons and emotional wisdom, consider subscribing to Daily Stoic Wisdom for daily inspirational content.